Sometimes things are right in your face, but they don't stand out to you until you look at them from a later perspective, from a wiser and older perspective. I remember going to college and seeing a clip from the Dukes of Hazzard, which was a TV show that I loved when I was growing up. And I knew, right, that the General Lee, the car in the TV show, had a Confederate flag on it. I knew that intellectually, but I never had, as a kid, thought about what that meant that the family driving that car believed and supported and stood by and were proud of. That never had dawned on me until I was 18 years old and going off to college and saw a clip again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I sat here and watched this show, I don't know, every week for years of my life as a kid and didn't think about it, and it even shows up in cartoons. It shows up in what we consider family shows. It shows up in so many things. I was thinking about Pepe Le Pew and him chasing him chasing the cat and literally, in a sense, assaulting her many times, just grabbing her, even knowing that she wasn't interested, knowing that she was running from him, knowing that she was trying to avoid him. And still, it was portrayed as romance. It was portrayed as funny. It was a laugh. And the same thing with, Urkel. I never was really a Family Matters fan, but when I see certain clips show up on social media or on some kind of cable program, and they're showing these clips of Urkel, I'm wearing you down, I'm wearing you down. Consent. There is the idea that women, whether they're cartoon women, felines, or actual women, don't have the right to say no, don't have the right to be uninterested, that men can and should continue to pursue them and just disregard their no, that their no doesn't mean no. And that eventually, if that man is persistent enough, that he'll get what he wants. And that will be her consent. But it's not. Coercive consent is not consent. Either she wants it or you should leave her alone. So I'm glad that a lot of these things are not as prevalent as they used to be, but they're still prevalent enough for us to see these tropes show up again and again and again. I was just watching a TV show on the BBC, and a guy literally said, I'm wearing you down. I'm going to grow on you, to a woman that he had just asked out, and she had turned him down for probably the last 5 or 6 episodes of the show. I just want us to get to a point where women's voices are actually heard and respected, and where we see things for what they are. We don't try to sugarcoat them. We don't try to make things, okay, that aren't okay. Racism isn't okay. Sexism isn't okay. Ageism isn't okay. All the isms that are negative, they're not okay. And making them into jokes, normalizing them, is something that it needs to be left in the past. We need to see them for the insidious things that they are, because they are insidious. And the more that we normalize these things and make it seem like it's not a big deal, can lead to a lot of harmful behaviors, can lead to a lot of harmful attitudes and harmful actions and harmful patterns that actually end up hurting a lot of people. May you walk in Zenergy.